Hi, thought I'd make a quick video and show how to use the folders that you got. That some of them are yellow, some are black. There are buddy folders, and thought I'd go through this little slideshow that we usually play when we work with our buddies. So the first thing, so that's what says buddy time. Okay, so usually I will go up into view and present. Now I'll put this on Schoology, but I'll also put it as something you can download and use yourself. Okay, so the first thing we go right here, and they do a 1 minute time on saying the letters, names as quick as they can, as quick as they can. So all you have to do is come up here, click the 1 minute, and you let it go, and they just read as quick as they can. So hopefully you can be doing this at the same time with me, and hopefully they are reading their letters as quick as they can. If they don't know a letter, then give it to them, just tell them what it is and have them keep going, but you don't count that in their score. Okay, the time is up. You count all the letter names that they knew without help. The goal is to have at least 60. Okay, then right here on the front of your folder, you'll find this sheet, and you write down how many letter names they did and celebrate if they've passed their own goal, if they've passed what they've done before. Then you'll see this again. This time they're going to do the letter sounds as quick as they can. Once again, if they don't know what it is, you could tell them, but don't give them that as a point. And we'll start it, and we'll go now, reading the letter sounds as quick as possible. Okay, now you count up all the letter sounds that you know that you didn't have to have help on, and this is where you write it. Once again, write it in and celebrate if that was something that they beat, if they beat their own score. Okay, next, this is our phonemic awareness, and your child might have this chart right here or this chart. Okay, this chart, what they do is the ones that they've missed, they go back through and try to do the ones that they missed. The first thing is that you do, like right here in the section where it says cab, head, to, anyways, you would go cab, and they have to say cab, and you see how many they can do. Now, if they've passed all of that off, the next part was that you say cab, and they have to go cab. If they don't have this sheet, or they've passed all of those off, and you'll know because they should have a check mark by them, then you've got this sheet right here. And this one is substituting sounds. So this is the first sound substitution, middle sound, and ending sound. when you're doing this, what this means is you say cat, take off the k, add a b. They should say bat. Now, this is not a paper they see. This is one that you look at and your kindergartner does. So when it gets to like that, if it gets to the next one, you say rat, take off the add a h, and they should say hat. And if they do that, then you give it a check mark. Now, if there's already check mark in one of these boxes, then you go to the next start. This one is substituting the middle sound. So once again, you say like bat, take off the a, add a e, and they have to be able to say bet. Say you're taking off the middle sound. One of the things sometimes we do is use our arm. We'll start up here. We'll go like b, a, t. Take off this one. Take off the a, add a e, b, e. So they're going to use their arm to help change that out. And then over here, the ending sound would be, once again, like cat. I don't know which one's better to do. You go k, at, take off the t, add a n, and they should go an, can. All right, so that, and you're doing this, going to go see how many that they can do in a minute. So we're going to start that timer and go. All right, boys and girls, that, and moms, dads, that was the phonemic awareness part. And you go on to the next slide right here, and you write how many they could do by themselves without help, okay? The next one is, come down here, you've got this list right here. If it has a check mark by it, they should have been able to do it. So this time you are going to tell them one of these words, and they need to write it on this page. So parents, you'll have this page. Your kindergarten has this with the boxes. You tell them the word, they write it. Tell them to use their sounds, and then you're going to record how many they could do on their own. Okay, you've got 1 minute. Go. Okay. On your sheet right here, that's consonant, vowel, consonant words written. How many did they write without any help? Okay, the next page is blends and digraphs. Now, if your student hasn't passed off the alphabet yet, they will have an alphabet match page that they'll do in this minute, and they need to find the capital to the lowercase and tell you what the letter names are and the letter sounds are. You can do either one, sounds or names. That's up to you. If they have passed off the alphabet, they should have this page. And they don't tell you the letters, they need to tell you the sounds. Like this is bull, burr, kull, cur, der, and keep going on like that. Bottom, sh, w. So they're going to go through, they're going to say this as quickly as they can. Now, if they get down to the bottom at a minute, then you go back up and you start again. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 30 there on the page. So if they do that and they get down to here again, then they've done 30, 40. So that's what you would write on the paper. So you've got 1 minute to do the common blends and digraphs. Ready and go. Okay, it's been a minute. On this page, that's where you're going to write how many that they were able to do. Okay. And now, nobody has this page because we didn't get that far. If your student can read all of these words in a minute, if you will let me know, and then I will get you this list right here. This is the first 100 words. We have about 50, there's 50 something here. I haven't counted, but I think it's over 50 words right here. And some of these words, a lot of them are on this list too, but there's some added words to it. We have now introduced all of our words, so that's why they're all in red bubbles, because we've introduced all the words. And now it's just practicing reading them fluently and as quickly as they can. So without sounding out, just being able to read them like that, like in a click. So that's what you're practicing, is reading them quickly. To read them all in a minute is awesome. Then you're definitely ready for the Fry's first 100 word sight words. So they've got 1 minute. You're going to see how many sight words. If they don't know it, start right here. You're going to start on can, my. You're going to go down this way, then back up to go and go down, then go back up to some and go down. Okay. Wherever they don't know a word, you can usually their buddy check marked it if they knew it. So you can look at that. If they don't know a word, that is a good indication to make a sight word card for them to work on that. And I would only work up to 5 cards at one time, just working on 5 words at a time till they really get that solid. And then you add another. You can, if they have one word really good, move that over, add another word, and work on a good 5 words at a time. All right, that's including like on your sneak a peek. Whoop, and that's where you're going to write it. So let's back it up. Okay, so you've got 1 minute. See how many sight words you can read in 1 minute. Ready and go. All right. I just realized I hadn't been in this full screen. Sorry. We all make little mistakes. A thing I wanted to point out too, if you notice that some of these words have little stars by them, those words are words that are particular to OEK, and the rest are the kindergarten words. So you notice that the OEK has a few more words that are required or asked of them to learn than regular kindergarten does. So that is why that is there, okay? If you're wondering. Okay, then add how many sight words that we are just clicking. I've got a sensitive screen. Right, how many sight words they knew, celebrate if they passed how many they've read before. It's always good to do a little celebration. Now this next part is nonsense words. Nonsense words is something that they have found just tests their ability to read words, the unknown words, being able to use different things to help them figure out how to read words that they're not sure of. So for kindergarten, all that's really required is them to go the sounds. Like this first one would be ug, b, ap, is, b, is just doing the sounds. One step above that would be whole words read, which it would be if they could just say lug, bap, his, leb, hov. If the in-between stage is lug, bap, bap, is, his. So when we score this, when we're writing it down, they get a point for every sound. So if they just read the whole word, actually they get 4 points because they get a point for every sound and then a point for blending it. So if they go ug, then that's 3 sounds. And then they say lug, that's the 4th one for saying the word. If they just say lug, then they just get the 4 points automatic. That's just how that would be scored. But for kindergarten, like I said, first grade, they like to see if they could read the word or not, like without sounding it out quickly. I think at the beginning of first grade, it's just they only have to be able to read like one of the words within a minute without sounding out. But doing the sounds is always a good thing, okay? Especially because that's how, when we're learning to read, what we do. We look at a word when we don't know. I mean, I still do it. If I don't know a word, I look for the sounds and the digraphs and things like that. So it's just a strategy. All right, so we're going to do for 1 minute our nonsense words. Okay, ready? And go. All righty. So that's the 1 minute. I know I messed it up a little bit, so if you want to do a retime, you can. When I try to get rid of the advertisement on that timer. Okay, but you can write how many nonsense words was read. Okay, without it. Well, you can put 4 points if they read a full word. You can give them 4 points if they sounded out and did the word, or you can give them 3 points for just each sound. Or if they only said one sound, then it's one sound. We always have a thank you. We've done, thank you for working together with us, and then we can choose a brain break. We love to have a brain break after we've done something like this. And these are some of the things that the songs the kids like. So if you just click on one of the play buttons, you can play one of the dance songs here. And once you do that, if you want to make it full screen, there's a way to do that also. Or you can just play it on this screen, because if you just play like that, it'll just play on the screen. Okay? All right. Thank you. And I hope you guys are having a healthy and safe time at home and enjoying all the time with your family. Have a good day. Bye.